Observers from research and independent organizations, including universities and think tanks like CIGI, can contribute, for example, by providing expertise and also by producing research on topics of relevance to the negotiations of the Paris Agreement work program. Legal observers, in particular, can help negotiators navigate complex legal issues. For example, questions related to the interlinkages between the Paris Agreement different provisions, but also the mechanisms under the Paris Agreement and how they relate to similar or the equivalent mechanisms under the Convention. For example, one legal challenge that legal researchers can help negotiators is illuminating the discussions on whether and how the adaptation fund, for example, whether they can or should be moved from the Kyoto Protocol to the Paris Agreement. The other is the role of equity, for example, how to operationalize equity in the global stock take. Another concrete example that I can illustrate, this week, parties were discussing Article 6, which is market and non-market mechanisms related to voluntary collaboration. And some parties have expressly indicated that they would benefit from inputs from observers, for example, in questions related to environmental integrity. So the Paris Agreement, in fact, is a bottom-up process. Mm-hmm. So, in fact, its success will depend in great part on action at the national level. And CIGI has used a few strategies to disseminate information and discussions on the climate regime and the Paris Agreement at the national level in Canada. For example, CIGI has organized a series of roundtables to discuss challenges of implementation, and those roundtables engage different stakeholders, including governments, but also civil society organizations, academia, and private sector. CIGI has also produced a series of research papers on key legal challenges on the climate regime, including on the transparency framework for action and support, but also on the role of new technologies in the implementation of the Paris Agreement, and also on issues related to climate finance, including carbon pricing and the disclosure of climate-related financial information. And CIGI has also especially paid attention to engaging Canadian youth with the climate regime. So, for example, it has partnered with the Balsillie School of International Affairs to organize an annual global youth forum on climate change and sustainability.